How do Arsenal bounce back from the terrible start of the season? Let's find out. If you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoy the video as well. Now, ever since Arsene Wenger left Arsenal, it's not been pretty, has it? And with Arteta coming in now after Unai Emery, and you had Freddie Ljungberg for a little bit, who both didn't succeed after Arsene Wenger. Arteta he's having a tough time, isn't he? Where the expectations are so high at Arsenal after the success of what Arsene Wenger done at Arsenal, and they were literally, them and Man U were the best teams in the league in the early 2000s. So it's with the invincible teams as well. So it's the expectations are still high. People that were around in that era still have, well, they have a lot higher expectations than, let's say, people my age or the younger generation. But what is reality for Arsenal? Is Europa League, like, their level is it 7th, 8th? That's the level of Arsenal, because there's so many better teams. Well, you got Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham are better, Leicester are, and I just don't know where their level is at the minute. With the team it's just not it, is it? And they've literally spent over 100 million. I think they've spent the most in the transfer market this summer. And I seen the interview with Edu. It was from Sky Sports. I think it was just on YouTube. I only seen a few clips, and he was saying he's thinking about the future, where you've spent over 100 million for the future when you can't even get the present right. You haven't bought players for the present, and I don't see how that's going to solve the team. Maybe, yeah, they've always brought in the David Luiz, the Willian, the Petr Cech, just Chelsea rejects, basically the older players, and it just doesn't work, does it? Willian has just left now. His contract has been terminated. He was on, what, 250 grand a week for someone that is just, he's what, 33 now? He's old. He wasn't good enough for Chelsea anymore. He's past it. So Arsenal are just like, oh, we'll sign him up on a free. It just doesn't make sense, and wasting money on players like that. Yeah, Willian was a free, but he's big on the wage books. He's gone now anyway. But even Aubameyang's in his 30s now. Lacazette's getting on. Ozil's gone eventually. But these players, even Xhaka is the one that confuses me, where Arsenal fans don't like him. He was rumoured to go to Roma. I think he was very close to going to Roma, but yeah, he doesn't go, and they give him a new contract. I just don't get it. And then gets sent off against Manchester City. I just don't get it. And now they're signing under 23 players, which is good, but you can do that as well as buying someone for now. Like, that Lokonga looks decent, to be fair. I know they don't have Partey, and signing Ben White is another one where he's for the future, but now as well. I mean, you can't buy someone for 50 million for the future, but he kind of is, because he's still young. He's 23. He had a good season at Leeds when he was on loan from Brighton. He's had a good season in the Premier League, first season in the Premier League with Brighton, and now he's just signed for Arsenal. He's played one proper game. That was first game of the season against Brentford, and Ivan Toney bullied him the whole game. Arsenal were dreadful, and he never won one header. He was just bullied, getting out muscled all the time, shoved all the time. And that's the thing with Ben White. He's not he doesn't look like a player, a centre-back, to play in a 4 at the back. He's a lot used to playing 5 with Brighton. He did do 4 at the back with Leeds, but that is the Championship. There's a big difference between the Championship and the Premier League. So he's got a point to prove at Arsenal now, with his price tag being 50 million. When you watch Arsenal at the minute, they don't look a unit at the back. They just look sloppy, not disorganised, and even in the attack, like especially the Man City game, where Aubameyang's the captain after Xhaka's been sent off, and Aubameyang just didn't look like he didn't want to be there. There's a clip where Ederson has the ball for like 30 odd seconds, just standing there with the ball. There's literally zero press from the front, at all. And Aubameyang should be, he's the leader. He should be urging them on and saying, come on, press. And he should be doing it himself. And the amount of times where like Kyle Walker had the ball at right back and went to like just hit it down the line, and Aubameyang just does like the most pathetic attempt of a block. And that's where it comes with passion and playing for the club. You need players that want to play for Arsenal Football Club. You want players that will play for Arteta, and there's a lot of them that don't seem like they want to, and that is a real problem, because they're not putting any effort in. Like, fair enough, you've got your youngsters like your Saka, you've got your Smith Rowe, your Martinelli, even Tierney does what he actually fights for the badge. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. And you've got the players like Aubameyang, who he's got the quality, we've all seen that. He's got the golden boot with Salah, and he just doesn't look like he wants to be there. And you can't keep players like that don't want to be there. And I know he's a really good striker when he wants to be, but there's no point keeping him. So what Arteta needs to do is get the players on his side, get them wanting to play for the club, wanting to play for him, put some effort in and drive and determination and passion to play for Arsenal. Also, it doesn't look like the defence is just drilled in the head with basic defending. It looks like they're trying to do too much, but they're actually doing too little. And Arteta needs to drill that in, constant basic defending. You see, Burnley have a decent defence. They are drilled. They are basic. They've got Tarkowski, who's a really good defender. He's really solid. There's Ben Mee, who's really solid. Even Lowton and Charlie Taylor, they're not like the best players, but they're screwed on. They're organised. They do their job. And then you've got like Arsenal's defence. That's like a bulldozer through bloody tracing paper. It's not the same, is it? Like, they need organising, and they need that belief. They need to believe that they can get a grip. They need to believe that they can actually link up and communicate and do the job, because it doesn't seem like they have any belief at all. Fair enough, like, you've played Chelsea, you're probably going to lose to them anyway. I mean, there's a chance of beating them. Like City, you're most likely going to lose to them anyway, and Brentford is a must-win, really. But you can understand Brentford's first game in the Premier League, home team, Arsenal are missing a few players, so you can understand that in that sense. But we haven't seen Arsenal's full team with the new signings yet. We've only seen one game with Ben White. Lukonga's played a few times. We did see Odegaard last year, but it'll be interesting to see what he's like this year, whether he can solve a big problem with the club and the way they play. Now, what does Arteta need to do? Now, the big question is, should Arsenal stick with Arteta? I mean, it hasn't worked well with when they got rid of Arsene Wenger. Unai Emery, it didn't work. Arteta, he's not doing very well, but Arsenal need to learn from Man United, where you can't just go through managers all the time. They got rid of Alex Ferguson, they got Louis van Gaal in, they got David Moyes in, they got Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, now Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it looks like they're sticking with him because he's not doing a bad job. I know he's getting good players in, but he's not doing a bad job at Man United, and Arsenal need to learn from that, where you can't just get rid of managers. You have got to stick with a manager. But is Arteta's time over? I think give him till Christmas, see how things are, and decide then if he's. I think he's got to go by Christmas if he's 11th or lower. Maybe I think they were 15th for a while, weren't they, last season, and then they went up a bit. But yeah, give him till Christmas, and I think if he's carrying on, he's got to go. But also, when you get rid of a manager, you can't just sack them. You've got to think of replacements as well. I have seen rumours of Conte coming in, but they're only very small rumours. I mean, he's not had a job in a minute. I don't even know what other managers would be available for the job, but I've only seen rumours, small rumours of Conte. That's if Arsenal do get rid of Arteta. Let me know in the comments if you think Arsenal should sack Arteta, and if so, who would they replace him with? Because, like I said, the only manager I've seen is Conte, and we all know how good Conte is. He's showed it for Juventus. He's just won the league with Inter Milan, and he also won the league with Chelsea as well. And you see him on the sideline, the way he's barking at players constantly, and if he goes to Arsenal, he'll get that out of them. He'll organise them. He'll get them going again and challenging for Champions League again, which they should be. That's what we all know Arsenal as being in the Champions League. Now, do I think Arteta will be sacked this season at some point? I think so. I don't think them players want to be there. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. The defence is shocking. Maybe he can get something out of them, but I just don't see it. I see him being sacked this season, and he could be even the first manager sacked. Let me know who you think will be the first manager sacked. That's a good question for this season. Let me know down in the comments. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to drop a like as well. That'll be absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these. I just rant on about football all the time, so why not express it here? I said that on the last video, but hey ho. Make sure to follow me on all socials. They will be down in the description. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Take care, lads. Peace.